So somebody just gave me an exclusive piece of information that Royal Air Maroc, this is the Moroccan national airline, will resume direct flights Nairobi to Casablanca every I don't know the frequency, probably 3 times a week. But they are resuming. I think it's a huge deal because you'd be surprised that the people who go to Morocco and other places in Africa are forced to connect in in Europe, worst case scenario, or in Middle East. So you're forced to use the other airlines. You have to go there, then you lay over there for like 6 hours. So getting a direct connection, for 10 hours, it should be amazing, because especially now the generations, the young ones, and even the old ones alike, you have to start looking for destinations which are health oriented. So you have to look at places where they have good health facilities. For instance, countries have branded themselves. So you'd be surprised even India is not even amongst the top, countries with the best facilities. If you look at the rankings, I don't trust these rankings sometimes, because there's rankings you'll find the ones which are done by WHO, that Kenya has one of the best healthcare facilities in the region, which is a lie, which is a white lie. But WHO is a cartel, so we don't trust anything they say. So you have to look at countries where you can go for a routine health checkup, integrating with your tourism. Like if you've ever transferred through the Istanbul airport, you'll always see the people they've gone for a hair transplant, because Turkey then have marketed themselves and have specialized and perfected the art of hair transplant. So that's their brand. I don't know whether they are perfected in other areas, but that's their brand. That's what they're mostly selling to the world. You see all these adverts on social media. So Morocco is there. They have good facilities. Because you can tell that it's a country where there is a high life expectancy. So you can now integrate, because I had a friend of a friend, my friend was telling me that she had gone to all the hospitals in Kenya. I don't need to name them. She had gone to all the hospitals in Kenya who had not diagnosed her. And then when she went to India, then they finally found that she was on stage 4 cancer. But they did it in India. In Kenya, they hadn't diagnosed it. And the problem with our bodies and our health, the problem is the diagnostic. The intervention is, it can be done easily. So finding the problem, isolating the problem is normally the challenge with Kenya. No offense to the doctors or to the medical fraternity. We know these other countries are investing in better machinery or modern equipment, so they can probably do things faster than we are doing here. So when you're traveling these days, it's not just about, especially now you guys have been vaccinated. We are reading all these adverse effects about those vaccinations. I think you should see there's a Twitter handle called Died Suddenly, where they are chronicling, and as we are in denial, and which is why we are not making interventions in our health approach, because we are still in denial. So but that died suddenly in Europe and in America. They are chronicling all these, they call them vaccines adverse effects. Yeah, so they are chronicling them. And so you don't know what these guys did, but we are seeing things about Jamie Foxx. We are seeing many other people you are not knowing. Even Hollywood, some of the biggest promoters of the vaccine are some of the number one casualties. So it's good now when you go to a country with significant health investment, and having a 10-hour flight is better than having a 18-hour flight with a 6-hour layover, going to a different destination. So it's good. There could be a language barrier in Morocco because because they are more predominantly French and Arabic speaking. But you can get around. You can get around. I'm doing research so that we can share the information. If we find credible hospitals, then you can go there, because I don't know what's happening. This the trauma that we are going through. I don't know. I went for a function where there was my former head teacher. And it was a good function, beautiful function. And then 1 week later, he's been admitted in one of the hospitals in Nairobi. And then he stayed there for a month. And then 1 month later, then he passes away. And then the bill comes to 8.5 million Kenya shillings just for staying in 1 month. And it's weird. It's weird. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know whether it's connected to anything, but the rate, but they I don't know. I don't understand. These are some of the, but I think prevention is better than cure. So if you could find a location where you can, amongst your tourism activities, you can also get your health checked. You can get a checkup, and then once they give you the problem, then you can know how to arrest it, either naturally or with medical intervention or with even surgeries. Yeah. So and when our healthcare system in Kenya, I don't understand why they killed the public healthcare system so as to favor the private health, because all can coexist. I don't understand where this mindset that only private is good, even public, all can coexist. But if we neglected, we are not having those conversations. The older generation did not have those conversations at all. And you can see the life expectancy of Kenya as compared to Morocco. You can see Kenya where it's at, and Morocco is in the 70s. Kenya is in the 60s. The older generation never had. They continued with life. They didn't know that things like milk. Once you get to a certain age, you're not supposed to be taking milk. You're not supposed to be drinking things like soda. These are minor interventions with very, very, very great implications. So just minor interventions, just changing your life, and going to a doctor and having that conversation, I think is good. So for those who are able, because I know medical tourism exists, I know very many people have been going to India. So many people are going to Turkey also for their hair transplant. Others are going for gastric bypass. Any intervention that will prolong your life is very welcome. So whether you do it here in Kenya or whether you do it in another country, all of them are advanced. So now Royal Air Maroc, it used to be in Kenya, I think, sometime around before COVID, then things happened. So now that they're coming back is huge, because they had a code share with Kenya Airways. I think they had launched it last year in December. I don't know how that worked out, but now it seems that they are resuming Nairobi, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and King Mohammed Fifth Airport in Casablanca. So take advantage of those direct flights if you can. Mostly if you're willing to experience a direct flight, and then you go for medical, you do your research first. This time round, we have agreed that we are not relying on information we passively consuming. We are taking the extra step of researching and finding out and acquiring new knowledge, visiting new places, because everyone seems to be obsessed with the traditional Europe. And even the people who are looking for jobs, you can start learning French so that you are also marketable in some countries, French and Arabic, so that you are marketable. So you don't have to be so obsessed with everyone is just thinking of Canada immigration and I don't know what, and Europe immigration and Germany, and all of the laws have been eased to allow you, because them they're having population challenges. But now is the time to, as young people, see other countries, because integrate within Africa, because we have the capacity, we have the potential. So you find out what opportunities are there. So I'm seeing there's these ladies who mentor about careers on TikTok, and I'm seeing and telling people, don't be so obsessed with the big nations that you're used to, because there is just disappointments in the embassies. Go to now these new places, discover. And one way is language. Once you know the basics of a language within 3 months, 6 months, the rest you can learn on location. So French and Arabic is a good lesson to learn, instead of just wasting time going for Sunday school and whatever. Learning a language opens and broadens your possibilities, and and opportunities. Just think about it.